Hello out there. This is the Black Table, where issues are discussed and solutions provided. All right, today on the Black Table, we'll be talking about something very, very important. Has to do with, one thing that we Black people are not conversant with, especially Africans, or should I say Nigerians, or should I say people around this area called Nigeria. But it is very, very important. And people talk about it, but hey, a lot of people don't even know much about, what they even talk about. All right, what am I talking about? First of all, some people say, okay, when you do this, maybe when you see somebody behaving in a particular way, they say, you need therapy. Somebody is, talking to someone anyhow, or maybe in a relationship and they're doing somehow, they say you need therapy. But this therapy they're talking about, people don't even know what it's all about, but they just believe that it's something that people need. And that's the reason why on this program today, I decided that, I'm going to go bring a therapist. Let's decipher this whole ulabaloo, or should I say this monster, or should I say this thing called, or should I say this sweet thing called, or should I say this thing that is called therapy. First, my name hasn't changed. My name is Teddy S. Sosa Donor. I'm your host. All right, and of course, my special guest is none other than a family coach, and of course, a therapist. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the beautiful Lara Kudaisi Donmomo.
Mr. Domomo, thank you for having me.
All right, so it's like Mr. and Mrs. Domomo kind of thing, all right? All right, so you're a therapist. What are the hardest things that you've actually heard about therapy?
The things that are untrue, the ones that are true.
Yes.
Things that are untrue is that therapy is only for mad people. That when you go to therapy, it means that you are mad. That's one. Another thing, therapy is unaffordable, it's too expensive. What again? Therapy is not meant for Black people. It's an Oyibo thing. Those are the things I've heard that are all true.
So what is true?
What is true is that, let me start with number one, therapy is not for mad people. Therapy helps to heal, or repair a disorder. And a disorder can happen in anybody and anywhere. A disorder can happen in your emotions, in your behavior, in a lot of things. When you go for therapy, it helps to correct that disorder. It helps to heal or give reprieve or relief, to that disorder that you may be going through. So that is very, very true. It means that I could just be getting angry all the time. That's a disorder. Yes, anger is okay. Anger is not bad, but when anger becomes elongated, when anger becomes uncontrollable, when anger becomes recurrent, it becomes a disorder. And that's why we need to go to therapy to heal that disorder or give reprieve or relief to that
Okay,
disorder.
now, so let's break it down, because, a lot of times I hear therapist. Okay, so therapy is the process, right?
Yes.
And
Process
then,
of healing and
then a therapist
is
someone who is doing that process.
Yes.
So what are the different arms of therapy that we have?
There's psychiatry. That is for people who have mental illnesses.
Now, do you think that that's where a lot of people think? So
So people now, put everyone in that bracket. And even that bracket, mental illness does not mean you are mad. You understand? There's psychosis, there's bipolar disorder. There are different spectrum.
But when you say mad, the way a lot of people now, it's so funny now that people say medo. Don't you think that those words that we use is actually affecting us somehow? Because when someone is doing something that is very, very, very nice, they say, man, that's mad.
Yeah, I think it's just the usage of words. I don't think it's affecting us. I think mad means it's out of order, unusual, it's different. You understand? So that's why we call some people abnormal, because they are not part of the norm. They're going against the norm.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Okay.
You know, so when people say mad, oh, it means say the thing bad, go, oh man.
You see,
like
you see
it's different.
another word
Because you have
again,
to enter-
from mad to bad.
Yes, so, because you have to enter. I cannot just say mad. You know they enter.
It's a man.
You know, mad. You have to
Mad.
say mad. You know,
Mad.
there's a.
It's the swag on it.
There's a swag on
Okay. All right now. So I think that's where a lot of people,
Get it wrong.
yes, get the discord there. So when someone say someone is mad, and then one part of therapy has been very, very prominent in doing that part. So people just feel that therapy, if you see a therapist, that means you're one person who takes care of the mad people, and that's one.
So that's psychiatry.
It's psychiatric, and that's a therapist
You
too.
know, yes. You
All
know,
right,
it's just
so-
a higher harm.
Okay,
You
so-
understand? So
so
that's psychiatry.
psychiatric, okay?
You
So which
understand?
other-
There's psychotherapy.
Okay.
You know, where, because all these things, psychiatry, psychology, psychotherapy, therapy, you understand, you realize that there's psych
Yes.
inside all of it. Meaning that it has to do with our psychology, it has to do with our system, it has to do with our, neurology.
Okay. Why do you think people need therapy? You know, a lot of times people say you need therapy, you need therapy.
Yeah.
So why do you think people need therapy?
Okay, for various reasons. Firstly, everybody needs therapy. Everybody on earth needs therapy. Therapy helps to it helps to make your life better. So that's number one reason why we all need therapy.
Everybody
Helps.
needs it.
Everybody does need therapy.
Why?
You know, at every point in their lives. One, like I said, it helps to correct or heal some disorders. It helps to heal your trauma. You understand? And a lot of us, especially as Africans and even Westerners, have been through childhood trauma. Lots of traumas that people have gone through as a child. You know, the fact that there's a dysfunction in your family. Almost every African family that I know, and I've
Every black person.
yes has.
So if you're a
dysfunction.
black person in America, in Europe, in Africa, as you're
But
black.
it's not only just black.
I'm just saying,
Because even white
majorly.
I don't think so. Even white people too
Okay.
have dysfunctions.
Okay.
You know, I've had.
So as a human being.
yes, because
So
I've
as
had,
a human being in this world called Earth.
I've had some white Americans.
Okay.
You know, and I realized that dysfunction is the same. It's just a dysfunctional issue.
It's just like location is different.
Location, geography, yeah, but we all have dysfunction in the family. You know, whether a family, there's an oppression in the family, there's aggression, somebody is oppressing somebody is being aggressive, somebody is being too passive, you understand? Somebody is being molested, abused.
As far as people are going to relate,
yeah,
there are different upbringings in different places. So as far as people are going to relate in the world, that dysfunctionality will come into play.
Yes.
When one person is trying to relate with another person and the person is like, this is not how we do it in our place. This one is so that process.
that's for for other people. I'm even talking about from the family where you originate from.
Okay.
Most of the disorder comes from the family where you originate from.
Wow.
You understand what I mean?
Wow.
If your father is an angry man, he's going to subconsciously program his children to either become angry people or the other spectrum, which is become too passive. You know, where you will now go and attract and choose only angry people as your friends, as your partner, as anybody close to you, because that's what you know. So therapy helps you break that programming. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Because you grew up with an angry dad could make you only choose angry partners. And you will not, it's beyond your control. Because it's a subconscious wiring, it's a subconscious programming. So for you to be able to break that thing that makes you choose angry people, you have to go through therapy, where some of the things that you have learned subconsciously has to be unlearned. You know, and then the damage of what you have been through has to be healed. So you understand, that's why therapy is important. Therapy just helps correct a disorder. So in any area of your life, for some people it's money. You have a money disorder, you cannot keep money. Therapy can help you correct that.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you know, like I've helped someone who used to owe a lot of money. He was always in debt.
Okay.
You know, and it was during therapy we found out that it was something that he learned subconsciously from his mom.
Okay.
And he didn't even like it. So he had to come so that we can heal that and then reprogram him to have a better and functional behavior.
Okay.
So that's why therapy is important, behavior, to have a better and functional behavior, you know. And a lot of people that I know, that I've encountered or that I've heard of, have one dysfunctionality or another. You get what I mean? So that is for your family.
So when there's an abnormality from any angle.
Any abnormality, that's for your family. So imagine coming from one family like that to another family.
That was what I was saying. Something has to, when you have to relate.
Yes, then you don't have to relate with someone else. In trouble. So it's like, what do you call that thing? A wire.
Okay.
You know, coming from another wire, sometimes combustion.
Connectivity,
You
yeah.
understand? Combustion
always
happens.
electricity.
There's a spark.
There's a spark. Yeah.
You get what I mean? So two people may not be able to relate. You may have relation issues with people. There are people like that. They cannot relate properly with everybody. With their boss, with their mom, with their husband, with conductor, with people on the road. Some people have road rage. And they have the rage, you know, with everybody. Some people are alcoholics. You understand? From something that has happened to them, which is why they need therapy. You know, so, you know, now we've talked about from the family, we've talked about you relating with other people. Now, there's another thing which is called your significant emotional experience, which means that there are some emotional experience that you have had
Yes.
that have altered who you are, altered your behavior. You understand? Maybe you used to be a jovial child, then you know somebody came to abuse you. You know, before you know it, there's something changes. Something, you know, different. You become somebody different, or somebody who is this trusting, you know, girl, all of that, and then goes through a heartbreak or a divorce. Your behavioral pattern will be altered, and you may not be able to go back to how you used to be. You get? That is why people need therapy. In fact, I like to call it healing more. You get healed from your trauma, healed from your disorder, so that you can have a better and functional life.
All right, now you just talked about, you know, the various arm of things where people need therapy. You want to tell us more of things that, you know, when you start seeing some of these things happening, you know, this person needs therapy? Because there's a whole lot of, you know, people who are actually exhibiting some characters or traits, but they don't even know they need therapy. So you want to tell us, so that if people start saying certain things happening in the lives of people, like, you need therapy.
Okay, so firstly, that can also be problematic when you now become a diagnonizer, because some people, I've known people who have been through therapy and they're like, I'm now always noticing dysfunction in people. Like, you start telling everybody needs therapy, you yourself, you need therapy. So, you know, we have agreed all of us need therapy.
Okay.
So when you start pointing out to people that you need therapy, that can rub them off the wrong way and can make them not to even want to go for therapy.
No, but I'm just saying that in a case of...
So I'd like to talk about how to know in yourself.
Yes, how to know in yourself that, yes, I need therapy.
Let's focus on you, because you watching me, you need therapy. So let's focus on you.
So what are the things that you start exhibiting and you're like, I think I need to go for therapy?
Yeah, when you see that your life is not going in a way that you want it to go. You get what I mean? Like, your life is not going well. You realize that in maybe in money, in financially, you know, you're having a setback all the time. Do you understand what I mean? All the time.
Are you sure it's not village people?
No, it's different when, you know, you have downtimes once in a while. You get what I mean? You know, like, but you realize that you've not been able to break through financially. And because the reason, I know people will be like, that one is a clinical problem. No. Because it could be...
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a village
people problem. It could be from your family. And it's not village people. That's another problem. You know, because we are Africans, Nigerians, any issue.
They don't want me to succeed.
They always think. And then we go and pray, and then we are shocked that nothing is happening.
5 years, we are still praying.
We are still praying and nothing is changing. It's because you have knowledge problem. And this knowledge can be gotten through therapy. If you, for instance, have a poverty mindset. So let me even drill down on this one. As Nigerian or as an African, we all have a collective trauma. Collective trauma. Let me tell you the collective trauma is poverty. So what that means is that this affects everything you do.
Okay.
It affects how you think. It affects whatever you want to buy. It affects how you. That's why you have people that like to show off. They don't have money. That's a disorder mentally. You get what I mean? You need therapy. I know you are shocked. But what is this girl saying? If you're always in debt all the time, there's a disorder in your money system that you need to go get therapy for. If you realize that emotionally you cannot balance your emotions, it's either you're always too angry, or you're always crying, or people are always hurting you, or you realize that you have self-esteem issues where, I still did a session yesterday and this person says they always, she always compare herself to anyone else getting something better. That you like, maybe is it because she's prettier than me? Does she have more money than me? Does she look this than me? You need therapy. If you are beginning to see yourself as below other people, you need therapy. It means you lack self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem. If you continue to stay in a situation where people are hurting you continually and you cannot stop it, you cannot live, but you keep making excuses, yet you are in pain. I still spoke to somebody this morning who was showing me all his other siblings, and he's telling me that he's the ugliest amongst all his siblings. And I'm like, that's not true. Yes, so I say, don't worry, I know what I'm talking about. It sounds small, but that's a big deal because...
But looking at it from the pictorial view,
he's not ugly. Their complexion is just different. He just looks different. You get what I mean?
That means that someone might have been saying something about, you ugly, ugly, and say someone that is even very close.
Yeah, and this guy is a fine man. And I was like, don't say that. This would have been, because it looks small, but that's how things start.
That's how
you start feeling different, you start feeling not enough, you start feeling, and then you are now trying to use other things to compensate. You understand? For you're not enough. That's why sometimes you see some people, they always want to make money. No amount of money is enough for them.
Or they
always want to get things. They always want to buy new cars. They always, you understand, the state of the art, anything.
And they want you to always know that this is it.
Yes. Because
like you buy a new car now, like you want to show it.
Yes, you want to show it off.
Buy a bling bling. You can't go anywhere without the bling bling. Yeah. Teeth and other stuff like that.
Yeah. So a lot of time is because people feel small on the inside. You feel small on the inside. So you always acquire these things to make you feel big, to make you feel enough. But you realize that things can never, ever make you feel enough.
Now, we just talked about, people acquiring things. Don't you think that the era of social media is actually something that's also contributing to the psychology of people?
Oh, of course. It's contributing to mental health decadence a lot. Because now people are using social media to judge, social media to measure their own lifestyle to that's how to know I'm not doing well enough, There's something I always say, social media has come to stay. You just need to know how to use it. Social media, like I said, is like a knife. You can use a knife to cut an apple to eat, or you can also use a knife to stab someone. You get so
what are you using it for?
What are you using it for? You have to choose, because social media is where we are now. That's what we are using, to impact people, to educate people, and to help people become better. But some people are using social media for the opposite. You get so you have to, and that's another thing. If you realize that you have a social media addiction, you cannot control yourself. You cannot stop. You need therapy. Because it means that something is off.
I think a lot of people should come for therapy because
I told you
because some people right now, the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, even before saying good morning daddy, good morning mom, or good morning to their better half, they want to go and check what's up on the social
Call
media.
my name now, if that's what you are trying to say. No.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some
That's
people.
what a lot of people
I'm just saying
do.
some people.
You're on your own.
And if some people are thinking that I'm talking to
Don't mind,
them,
you know.
it is so good.
That's not the kind of addiction I'm talking about. Sometimes you want to check your phone because that's my office, baby. That's where I make money from.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
It looks like you're talking to me. Let's be talking it straight. So that we will not go out.
I wasn't talking to you, but I was just making an
So that
example.
after you, I'm not saying, hey, you were talking to me on the black table.
Ladies and gentlemen, and my people on the black table, I wasn't talking to her. I was just giving an example that some people really can actually can do away with their phones the first thing in the morning, even till night, as the last thing in the night, or instead of doing some other things. And this is actually robbing them of what the reality is. A lot of people don't even know that what you see on the social media is someone showing you the face powder, and after rubbing the makeup. Now, when you take the makeup off, you want to see the real thing, and that one you won't see that kind of stuff normally on the social media, and that's real life. So that's what I'm talking about. I wasn't talking to you. I was just talking about generally.
Okay, baby, I know you cannot. You will not sleep on the bed tonight. But naturally, some people have social media addiction, where it's uncontrollable.
When something becomes too,
you are dependent on it. You can't function. You cannot function without your phone in 1 hour.
So is it nice to say that when something becomes too much, when somebody wants to eat too much in its therapy, somebody is watching social media, watching TV too much, doing anything that has to do with
it becomes a disorder. It becomes abnormal. You get what I mean? Anything that is too much.
You see, you do the laugh, sir.
Yeah. Now that one.
You need it.
Of course, you need to therapy.
You do the verse, sir.
Yes. So I don't stop shying away from therapy. Therapy is something that can make your life better. I'm telling you. You can go to see a therapist for my friends. My friends complain about me. You understand? As little as that. Don't think it has to be something very big. You get when people complain about you all the time. Everybody around you complain about you. About something. You say, hey, no, they're always stepping on my toes. I'm a very quiet person, but they're always. Everybody cannot be wrong. Everybody cannot be wrong. It means that something is causing, something is triggering you. Something is causing you to be that way. And you have to go and talk to a therapist about it. You get?
Okay. Now, just because of time, now, we just talked about therapy. What are the good side of seeing a therapist or going through therapy?
Yeah.
What will happen when someone goes in for therapy?
You have a better life. You have a better control on your emotions. You get what I mean? You know how to regulate your anger, how to regulate your tears or crying, because some people cry all the time. Some people, cry too much. You get, you know how to regulate your emotions, you know when to shout, you know when to talk, you know when to, very, very important. Another good side is that people can have more money. That's what a lot of people don't know. Because there are so many things tied to you not making more money. You have low self-esteem. You don't believe in it's lack of belief system, lack of self-belief. You think other people are better than you. So because of that, you cannot charge what you're worth. Because of that, you cannot market yourself. You're always like, hey, what would they say if I wear this one? They will complain. You understand? But by the time you lose that, it means that in therapy, you have better self-esteem, better self-confidence, better self-worth. You understand? Which in turn help you to make more money, help you to look better, helps you to present yourself better to people, and then you have better relationships. Oh my goodness. I always say this. You have a better marriage if you've worked on yourself. If you go through therapy, it will impact how you relate with your spouse.
Okay.
You see that, you stop misinterpreting them. You stop reading too many meanings or too deep meanings to something that is just small. You get what I mean? And then you get to also have more empathy for people. You get.
So holistically, it's like you have a better life.
I'm telling you.
Better relationship.
Yes.
And the part I love so much, make more money.
Then,
I'm telling you, so if you're one person who's been thinking of, I don't know how to make money. I'm telling you, do you know that therapy can actually help you make more money? If you didn't know now you know.
Yes.
And that's the reason why you should see a therapist.
Okay.
All right. So how can they see you? A lot of people say therapy, it's very expensive. What is that myth all about?
So that's another point.
Why is it expensive? Or is it truly expensive?
It's not. So when
So if
you
it's
think,
not,
if you think
so why do
it's
people say it's expensive?
That is because I told you earlier, we have a collective trauma called poverty. I'm wearing human hair. You know, if I want to buy it,
They'll say it's expensive.
they say it's expensive, but you know, you will still buy it.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's because of priority. You don't put much priority on therapy. That's why you call it expensive. Some people save to buy hair.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah.
If you put priority on your health,
Yes, you go
you
to the
always want
hospital.
to go to the hospital.
You know, when you notice something, or you go do checkup. You get what I mean? Or something, even some clothes. You wear clothes, for instance. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You wear clothes all the time. This your glasses, you know. You wear it because you want to adorn yourself. You wear nice shoes. You groom your hair. You groom
makes me
your
see
band.
better.
You understand? So you help. You do these things because you want to look good. The reason why you think therapy is expensive is because you have not added it to the list of things that
you have
must
not
do.
prioritized
It's
it.
priority.
Okay.
If you add it to the list of what helps you, because when you see that, it's like it's not expense. Therapy is not an expense. It's an investment. Something that will help you make more money. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Something that
you
will
just
help you
dropped something.
have.
So
Yeah.
therapy is
It's an
not.
investment.
It's not
An expense.
expense.
It's an investment.
It's not something you think I've spent money on.
Yes.
So whatever it is that you are spending, it's like you're investing it because you're
Yes.
going to use it to get more
To
money.
get more money, you're going to
I like
10
that.
times.
Therapy is an investment.
It's not an expense.
It's not an expense.
You get what I mean?
That's the hashtag.
Yes.
Great
So
one,
people
great.
don't know this.
Okay.
That's why they call it expense.
Wow. I mean, I just learned something now. You know, therapy is not something you spend money on. It's something that you think you're spending money on, but it is actually an investment. So it's not an expense, but an investment. So prioritize therapy and you will make more money. And of course, you have a better life.
Yeah.
Wow. What else is better than a better life?
Or what is better than money?
What else is better than money?
And better life.
And a
Money
better life.
and better
I mean, they
It's
go like peri pursue.
Yeah.
All right. So for you to have a better life, and of course, for you to want to make more money, prioritize therapy. And of course, she's always available. All right. And of course, we have so many other therapies around, like she has broken them down. We have different coaches and people that are, that are actually very, like their specialty
Yes.
on those various things. If you need more, like if you need a money coach, but you want to tell us, okay, so what are the things that you've actually done to now become this kind of family coach that you are today?
Okay, so that's why I took interest. I'm very interested in the family because family is the source of the society. You understand? Whether society becomes good or bad, you can trace it back to the family. So that's why I've got to get certifications, to be a family life coach and also a cognitive behavioral therapist. And so a cognitive behavioral therapist basically deals with the mind, without drugs. Meaning that anybody and everybody can come to me as long as it has to do with your mind. It's like a doctor of the mind. You get what I mean? So an alcoholic can come to me. A husband can come to me that his family life is not going well.
A child also
can come to me that a child has been abused or molested or
just
they have
misbehaving.
relational
There's
issues.
something just wrong with the child.
Do you get what I mean? So I can always treat anybody and everybody. So that's the beauty of my own job, which is being a cognitive behavioral therapist and the family life coach.
Yeah, and then, you just talked, you said something about the mind. I remember a lot of people, someone once said that if your mind doesn't change, your life won't change. And of course, you are one person who deals with the mind. And that means that once you can work on the mind, you can work on the life.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, my special guest, breaking down, giving us all the nitty-gritties that we need to know about therapy. And of course, if there are also other questions that you want to ask, go ahead. If there are some questions I didn't ask, you want to find out more about therapy, please don't forget to ask those questions on the comment sections. Please go ahead and do just that. We will definitely get back at you. Please like, share, and of course, comment is very important. And of course, not only that, subscribe, okay? Subscribe. Subscribe the all. So once we are putting in any new video on our channel, you will be the first to actually get that. All right, as we begin to sign off now, please, can you just, to our viewers out there, what's like your final word, especially when it comes to therapy, to them?
Today, go and sign up for therapy. Send me a DM on Dear Coach Lara, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on email, info@larakudaisinternational.com. Sign up for therapy so that your life can become better. That problem, that thing that you feel you want to change for so long, but you're not, it's difficult for you to change. You want to change your husband, you can't change him, but you can work on yourself to change the perspective, of your perspective of how you're seeing the problem. You get what I mean? Sometimes it's not the problem, it's how you're seeing the problem. That is what helps to change people's life, By the time your perspective of how you're seeing the problem or what the problem is, perspective of what the problem is changes, you realize that your life changes for good. So therapy is something that you should include in your monthly budget.
Prioritize it.
Prioritize it today.
I like that. All right, I like that. Monthly budget.
I'm telling
or
you.
Yearly budget.
Or yearly. Anyone. It depends now. It depends on your purchase power or your income power. You understand?
As you're thinking, what do you think is like the ideal number of times people should go for therapy in a year?
Twice
I was
a month.
thinking, is it twice a month?
No,
Wow.
you should have a therapist that you speak to at least twice a month. You understand? For your marriage, for your health, for you yourself, for your life. Twice a month is the healthy dose for you to speak to a therapist.
Wow. Thank goodness I actually asked that now. So, people like us at all times.
People like you live with a therapist now. That's the enjoyment.
That's the good thing about mine now. So my therapy is every day. But for those of you who cannot afford it like me, please, twice monthly is something that is recommended by a certified therapist. All right, I want to say thank you for coming on the program and, of course, enlightening us about therapy. Thank you once again for actually coming on the program.
Welcome.
What else would I say? All right, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and, of course, share. It is very important. All right, these has actually been the Black Table, and today we've talked about therapy. All right. I don't know. I'm just so excited. Therapy is something that you don't spend on. It's not an expense. It is something that you invest. So if you want to invest in your life, why not think about therapy? And of course, you have a better life. And of course, the part I love so much, make more money. So if you're thinking about making more money, why not think therapy? All right? I've been your host on this program today. My name hasn't changed. My name is Teddy. See you next time on the Black Table. It's bye now.